Wednesday nights for summer, okay? This is important, okay? So if you're going to be here on Wednesday nights, it's very important for you to order this book, okay? We have the books for you. All you have to do is sign up online, okay? Sign up online. It's $10 for the book. You can sign up online on our website for Summer Bible Study. That's what you're looking for, okay? So this is what we're going to do every Wednesday night that we meet during the summer. And basically what it is a 66-day devotional book. And so what we're going to do is we're all going to travel through this book together as a youth group, and we're going to meet on Wednesday nights to discuss it as a group. Now we'll be broken up into like girls groups and guys groups and smaller groups. So we're not like, all right, everybody has a question, and then we all raise our hands. So we're all going to get into it together in small groups. But if you want to be a part of this, it's really helpful for you to have the book, right? It's just kind of like class, right? It's helpful to have the textbook if you want to know the material. Kind of the same idea, okay? So that's for every Wednesday. Sign up online. It's very important. Like I said, it's $10 on the website. The next announcement is our Sensational Summer Nights. This is going to be, yay, woo, yeah, yes. All right, awesome. Yeah, they're like, not at the Bible study. I'll say no. Yes, yeah, sure. All right, so we're going to do a field day on the 12th of June. We're going to do a Sin's Got Talent. So if you have a talent that you want to display on the stage or on the floor, however you want to do it, if it's like gymnastics, you do it on the floor, you don't do it on stage. If you have a talent that you want to show, let us know. Some of you last year did singing, some of you did piano, one of them did gymnastics, which I can't do. Bagpipes. So we did bagpipes. We did like a glow-in-the-dark, like glow stick show thing, so that was cool. So if you want to be part of that, let us know. And then who comes to that night, you can just kind of see and watch the show go on. The third one is Shoe and Foosball night. We all know what that is. That's a fun night. Luau, and then worship night. All right. Is there any announcements on there that I need to know about? That's good. Yeah. All right. So real quick things is next week we meet. We're gonna have our summer preview actually of this book. So I encourage you to try to go ahead and pre-order it on our website because we're gonna start kind of giving you guys a heads up of what's going to be about. And I think that's it. All right. We'll pray. If y'all want to stand up. I'm going to tell you guys a little about the night. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to have worship, and then we're going to get to a time where our seniors, it's going to be a senior-led night, we're going to have a time where they're going to be interviewed. Yeah, woo, yes, he's fired up. And we're going to have them actually be interviewed and ask some questions from JT. So they ask some questions, you're going to hear their thoughts, and then after what we're going to do is we're going to break off into peer groups like we normally do on Wednesdays. And we're going to ask you guys some questions for you guys to answer, and then we're going to all hear from high schoolers to junior highs, what you're learning throughout the year. And so it's going to be a really good night. So we'll pray for y'all, pray for us, and then we'll get into worship. Father, we thank you for tonight. We thank you for allowing us, Lord, to be in this room. God, I pray that we continue to just seek your face. God, we're here to worship you in everything that we do. And God, I pray that you would be glorified by this night. God, I pray that you would calm our spirits. God, that you would let's have a laser focus on you tonight. Let the distractions subside, and let's see you in every way. God, we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I've never read your life, that I put my faith my eyes on heaven. God, I receive your vision. God, I believe your word. All things were good. I still believe your move. I still believe your speech. God, I believe your word. All things were good. I fix my eyes on heaven. God, I receive your vision. God, I believe your word. All things were good. Come alive in the name of Jesus. Come alive in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. We bring everything to the feet of Jesus. Everything in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. Come alive in the name of Jesus. Come alive in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. We bring everything to the feet of Jesus. Everything in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. Come alive in the name of Jesus. Come alive in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. We bring everything to the feet of Jesus. Everything in the name of Jesus. This is the house of miracles. All right, dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for all the people here together that are here to serve and they're ready to go. Amen.
Check, check. Everybody give them another hand. That was awesome, guys. Right now, what we're about to do, I'm John from Alabama. I don't know if y'all know me very much. Yeah, I think they got them. Seniors in. Sarah's a power lifter. She's got them all. So you can just stack them in a pile. You look here. What we kind of have started doing, is we started kind of doing this senior interview night, kind of senior led night. It was kind of our last thing each semester. So I'm kind of like ADD, but I'm not really. But I'm just like, chairs. Cool. That's it right here. They put me a chair up here. All right, who are we missing? Here he is. All right. And so, what tonight looks like is we've sent them all interview questions, ranging from their favorite style of pizza and why is it bacon and pepperoni. That was not one of the questions. But, I apologize for my voice being slightly gone. I've had this thing called bronchitis. The pills are really big that they have me taking right now, so it's probably contributing to my squirrelness. It's okay, it's not contagious. I was definitely tested for both the vids, COVID and the flu, and negative on both. But it's a long story that does not involve senior night, other than to say my voice is kind of here. But if I do this, I'll probably be hacking up along. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for each of y'all. I'm not going to put a timer on y'all. I did last year. I put like a 30-second timer on everybody. Suffice it to say, I might flip. Jackson, Zach, y'all change chairs for me. There's a reason for this. I know that's comfy. Well, for one, Zach's a little taller than you. And this actually kind of evens out the heights, maybe. I don't know. But two, I know that your answer to the first question is going to be really long, so that's why I have you at the end. Huh? No. It was not. All right. Huh? I am. Our kids will never date until they're 30. We don't have kids yet, but I think me and Jada talked about things we're going to make our kids do. Like, I think we're going to make them read the whole Bible 7 times before they get a phone and stuff. All right. Everybody, this is an everybody question. What's your name? So, name. Where are you going to college? Or if you're going to college, it's okay if you're not. I think all y'all are going to college though. And a favorite youth group ministry, / if you're in the band, a favorite band memory or song or whatever you feel like saying that might make me feel good. Yeah, because you have the mic.
My name.
Oh yeah, it's just not up.
I'm Jack Stogner. I'm going to Sanford University in Birmingham.
Come on!
My favorite youth group memory, I don't know, it's probably not like a favorite, it's just funny, I guess, because it probably only relates to the band, but if you see me play on Sunday nights, you see the electric guitar that I have. I actually bought that from Jonathan. And so, on the first Sunday night, coming back from like quarantine and all that, I was actually kind of going through the process of buying the guitar from him, and I wanted to like try it out before I actually bought it. And so before we played that night, I remember Pastor Chris came up and he started talking, and he was like, you know, welcome back guys, this is like the first Sunday in a while, and it started to get a little quiet. And whenever he was like about to pray, the guitar fell off of my shoulders and like slammed on the floor and like made a terrible sound. And I looked at Jonathan, because it was still his at the time, and I was like, sorry, and he was, I remember like all he said was like, make sure it's in tune. And then it was. And so then we just played that night. And then I ended up buying it, so, and it's a fun guitar. And then Passion Camp is
And then you've been guilted into it ever since.
Yes. I had to buy it at that point. I had to get it at that point.
Right.
Yes.
Hi y'all, my name's Sarah. I'm going to Texas A&M University. So I started going to this church in like COVID, and so the end tail of that though, I didn't really get to like do a bunch of like the church trips like the D-Nows. But one of the trips I really did enjoy was like the summer camp here in Georgia. That was just like, I don't know, because everyone was cramped and it was super fun, but like it was also like really restful, and it was like nice to be like, oh, like I've never talked to you. How I like you. That's interesting. So yeah.
Okay, so my name's Jackson.
Our wonderful, amazing parents are in the back. I'm gonna stare at them the whole time while I talk.
I'm going to Mississippi State next year.
Good job.
And favorite memory, none of y'all are probably in the youth group because this was in 7th grade. I assure you it does not like peak there, like it gets better as it goes, but this is just kind of the one that's always stuck with me. So me and Austin Webb in Times Square were walking, and then this humongous scary dude grabs his shoulder and stares at him, and I just have to watch the whole thing. So I'm like, you know, like 5'4", 75 pounds, and it was pretty terrifying. But I'm pretty sure somewhere along the way, like the trip was great. Chris was there. Augie was great. If you remember Augie, and yeah.
All right. Well, my name's Zach. Zach and my favorite youth group memory was, well, I have a few, honestly. I'll just say it's one or two. One was like when we went to Passion Camp, and we were all the guys went outside, and like, and we were like, oh, Electra. It was like our group name. And so we all like, I don't know, we all just kind of like did our little music chant. We drew it in the sand, and it was just kind of fun. And then, I don't know, also I really liked the Ohio mission trips. Those were fun, like playing games with Jade. Yeah, that was fun. And then favorite like youth ministry moment. I don't know. I really like our little thing we do. Like we huddle up and we do humble ourselves on the side of the board. Probably. So, yeah.
Would you like to explain what that is to the rest of the youth group that doesn't know what that
we
is?
all like huddle up and we go.
And say we all, like what does that mean?
Like we
the band.
We the band, yes. And like, yeah, and we just get this, we go like this humble ourselves on the side of the board, and it's like a Bible verse, and we stomp our feet.
Can you describe it in more detail?
If you want an example of this, band auditions are tomorrow. Send me videos. You can join the band and see what that is. Oh no, that's fine. You can have it. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, gosh, y'all are going to college. This is not rocket science. Y'all got this. I believe in y'all. Don't get past the mic. Y'all are good. All right. Question 2. Tell us how each of you guys came to Jesus.
Okay. Well, I don't know exactly like when I was saved. I'm not really sure. I know I'm saved now. But I guess I don't know. I've moved around the world a lot. My dad's in the military, pretty retired actually, but so yeah, I was like born in Cambridge, England. I remember like when I was younger, my mom would like, she would like she would like read me Psalms 23 and a bunch of other verses, and we'd memorize Bible verses. So I kind of grew up as like a Christian kid. And then I'd say like, but then I'd say I don't really. And then I was saved like I think when I was 7. I'm not sure when we were living in Oregon. But I don't know if I was actually saved then. So then I kind of had like some, I don't know, like I think I had a lot of stress, and I tried to be like the cool kid. I remember when I lived in Florida and I was like on the football team or whatever, and I tried to just kind of, and I almost like veered off, not completely, but like I just I kind of forgot about church and God, or I went to church but I was more focused on like trying to be cool and whatever, girls, and I don't know, and then like I moved here in high school, and I remember my first year here I had like no friends at all. And like, I'm being honest. Hey, that's not that whole first year. Actually, we were not friends the very first year. Okay, well, this is okay. Whatever. So, anyways, I like at school, I literally went to school and I had 0 friends. And I remember like the coolest thing was that I could have a few friends at church, and those were like the only people that really like talk to me and hang out with me. It's kind of what I say, yeah. But anyways, but I just remember like, I don't know, having a really great, like awesome, strong friend at church, and it was kind of tough because like, I don't know, like I guess you're not really in the cool group if you don't like do certain things in high school, at least for me. I don't know, maybe some people, but so I don't know, I didn't really do a lot of my friends that were like sort of my friends, and then I like, they were just doing a lot of different stuff that I wasn't really going to try to do, and so I just remember like, trying to make that decision to kind of like not go along the wrong path. But also, and so that was kind of lonely for a while, and then God blessed me with cool friends like that, and at church and stuff, and yeah, and then I don't know, so just I don't know, that's kind of my testimony. Is just kind of like throughout, like there was a lot of tough things, like I guess through my I don't know, like my dad was gone when I was younger. Like I remember I took a little suitcase and I thought I could go, I could go with him when I was deployment if I brought a suitcase to the airport, and just stuff like that. So that there was just tough stuff like that, and we were moving a lot. It was tough, and just I don't know. So I think, but I don't know, God being there for me the whole time. It's like even when you stray off and you try to do this, you try to, whatever you try to satisfy, your need for Christ with, you realize that He's just here, He's waiting for you, He's loving you no matter what. So yeah, that's kind of my testimony.
So I was saved in June of 2010, which is about like 12 years ago. But I'll get to that. So growing up, I always admired and wanted to be my dad. I guess that still kind of shows through because I'm pursuing the same majors, he did, and going to the same school as he did, and the similarities, I'm sure they stopped there. But not the same fraternity. But yeah, I just saw growing up what a man of God he was, and I wanted that really bad. And then that was like my main motivation, like seeing the character of God reflected in him, and just seeing what other people at church had. And so in June of 2010, he walked me through the sinner's prayer. I'm pretty sure, like, I meant it. Like, I'm sure I'm a Christian now. I'm pretty sure that was when I became a Christian. But if not, there's been times throughout my life where I just like had realizations, like where the magnitude of the importance of the Christian faith and how real it is and how true it is just hits me like a freight train, and it just happens, every now and then. I'm just like, wow, and then good.
Yeah.
So I was saved when I was 8, and that was something to where like I just grew up in church, and like I was being told this truth, and I knew I wanted it, and so that was something where at that age I was like, I want it, I want to accept it, and I want to go after it. But like, I don't know, there's only so much an 8-year-old can do, and so as I started to grow up a little bit more and just like understand like, oh, I should be pursuing this, and like I should be going after God, and like engaging in that, that's when I whenever I saw my faith like take off and my maturity expand. So yeah.
A few of y'all didn't hear that know what it was, but here we used to have something called Windshape Camp. It was kind of similar to like VBS, but it was like all day, and so it was there where I talked with like a counselor, I guess is what they're called, and accepted Jesus there. But it was like something really cool about it was my dad actually baptized me on my birthday, and I forget when my birthday actually was. That's kind of like. No. It's like his spiritual birthday. His spiritual birthday. Like what birthday was. I think it was around like 9. I think it was like 9 years old. But yeah, but my dad baptized me on my birthday, so that's something really cool.
Alright. Great answers across. Alright, what is one thing that God has taught each of you during your student year?
Don't take anything for granted. I guess, yeah. Just don't take anything for granted, I guess.
One thing is like, everyone has valuable thoughts and can still change you even though they're young, which is something like that.
That you won't have to want to continually have a relationship with God, to have a good and steady relationship, because it's way too easy to be passive and complacent.
Okay, I'm just gonna read a little like section of the Bible verse because I don't know. I just saw the question. I thought it was a great answer. So one thing to tell you through senior year is that it's Isaiah 55, 6 through 11. So I'll try to read it quickly, but it says, "Seek the Lord while he may be found; call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, that he may have compassion on him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. For as the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return, but water the earth, making it bring forth its sprout, giving seeds to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be the word be that goes out from my mouth, and it shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." And so, I don't know, my main idea was basically that God's plan is better than your plan, it's higher than your plan. Sometimes you don't understand like necessarily why things are happening in the moment. You just gotta kind of trust God. So yeah.
Awesome. So you guys, y'all have all been here for a significant amount of time, most of the youth group time. You, Sarah, more recent. This is something I always like to hear because, and this is actually a really good response on our part. What is something that has kept you coming back to the youth group? And what that means for us is, what are things that we do that bring people that are more on the fringes of our youth group, maybe don't even come church here? Like, what are things that we can do to bring more people in here to worship Jesus with us? And so what's something that has kept you guys coming back here?
I would say like the one, like not the one thing, but the main thing has been like godly like community or just a relationship, and like I don't know. So like no, like, and that was kind of like back to my other things. Like no matter what's going on in the outside world, you can always have people who are going to love you and you know, like pour into you. And so that was like, that can be like either seeking mentorship through Chris or my Sunday school teacher, Mr. Belmont, or my awesome friends who go here in my grade or, you know, in a different grade. And so I would just say like a community, just friendships and just people to mentor and pour into you, who love you genuinely. Yeah.
just echoing what Zach said, like the fellowship. And well, the funny thing is, like, you know, Chris and Carl are your youth pastors, but they're like also your friends. So it's just really nice because it's such a welcoming, like, and small enough atmosphere where you kind of know a little bit about everybody, and it just doesn't feel so, like, you know, polarizing and just so big.
And Jade can be a friend too. I'm more like a friend of me.
Yeah, definitely like connecting on that, just y'all's willingness to create relationships with us and to create like genuine relationships to where like, I don't know, like this is the group of people that like can remember a lot of things about all of us and we just do so much. But like the fact that y'all do call us out and be like, hey, like how was your like meet? Or like just different things like that, like that's really appreciated. And then just like again, like taking off of that is like this place definitely radiates like a reconnection with God for other people and like through worship and like the sermons. And,
Similar to them, like the fellowship and just kind of being around like godly friends and like accountability. But really, like whenever I've like gotten older and stuff, like you know, like you have the realization that like youth group, like you won't have youth group anymore. And so like trying to make like the most of it and trying to actually like, because like whenever I leave, like I won't have it anymore. You know, I might take it for granted. And so like not wanting to miss any days and like actually be around friends and play cornhole with Pastor Chris. Like one day it's gonna be gone, and so it's like that realization of like I want to make the most of it. And so
Dang, you're just making it all sad. I'm sorry. I'm being a little snappy. That was good. That was good response. Good response. I mean, I'm sure he'll play cornhole with you just about any day. If you show up and he's like in the middle of a paper, he'll definitely play cornhole with you. Would you? I think there's like a time I don't think you'd ever not play cornhole. It's a really bad job playing cornhole. All right, and man, you guys have done such a great job. I just want to echo. That's so cool to hear very consistently. It's just all about the relationships. You know, I think for us to be a strong youth group that's honoring God, it's just about us knowing each other. And not just like the 4 or 5 people we know, but everybody else in this room, everybody else that's a part of what we're doing. I love, Sarah, you were talking about Georgia, and I'm sure this happens at Passion Camp too. I haven't been there, but the friendships you make at camp. Sometimes when you're just like in this really small place where it rains and it can be kind of muddy, and then these hills, and then the boys are upstairs being loud, or you know people are just getting hooks in their ears by the lake, or we're going Civil War camp, or well not Civil War camp. Thank you, Civil War Battlefield. These memories carry over for years, or like y'all. I mean, that's not the first time I've heard y'all talk about the choir trip of 7th grade. This is like the fourth.
People in choir, what?
Hey, people in choir. No, just the amount of stories. I remember Austin was here earlier, I guess, with the call group, about him like almost getting hit by like a pizza truck or something. Almost got ran over. And these are the things that you remember in community. Some of you guys don't get it yet because y'all are in 7th grade. Some of y'all get it because y'all in 11th grade are about to be seniors. But it's just something to always remember and never forget. A good friend of mine, the guy that came and led worship first, Daniel Doss, one thing he has on his house that me and Jay have put in our house now too, he always says the phrase, "This is the good old days." It's just something he always repeats. So often we get hurried and busy, and we just want the next thing. We want to be done with college already, even though we're just about to graduate high school. We want to have a job, even though I don't have college yet. We want a house. We want this. We want that. We want that. And God has designed us to enjoy right now. Never in the Bible did Jesus say, plan out 5 years. He said, worry about today, not even about tomorrow. So Jesus desires us to live in the moment, to prepare, but to live and focus on what he has given us and knowing that he'll provide for us. And I think that's something, Jack is really hitting on right there. You keep wanting to throw that office quote in there. How do you know? What is it? Say it.
It's like Andy Bernard. It's like I wish there was a way to know you in the good old days before we've actually left them. So.
Yeah. All right, this is the last question for you guys, and then we'll turn it over to Carl and to Jade. What encouragement to each of you want to leave with your fellow students here?
Choose your friends wisely, and I guess to the younger people, make like friends like your age, but also friends who are like older than you and have like good mentors because they've already gone through like something that you're either going through or will go through, and so like accountability is huge, especially at y'all's age. And so I would just say choose your friends wisely.
Value your time and be intentional with it because time always flies by a lot faster than you think it does. And I don't know, it's just better to not regret it.
Just kind of echoing what they've said, like do everything you can to get involved here. It's a great like group of people, and it's definitely worth pouring into other people and getting poured into. It's just something to like look forward to, and something you should look forward to because it's a great place.
I guess like if I would give like advice, and then I have to do an encouragement, but I guess advice would just be try new things and maybe get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to be awkward. But I think I think one of my favorite things is Matthew 6:33, and it says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness." And so I think just like I don't know, just kind of back to my testimony thing, just He'll never leave you or forsake you. So just kind of no matter what spot you're in your life, and you feel like you've screwed up or you got to the wrong, maybe you're just like questioning the church or whatever, or whatever you're going through. Maybe you feel like you've sinned or whatever. Just keep seeking Christ, and no matter what, I'm going to serve Christ. I'm going to chase Him no matter what happens. And so that's I think it's a great thing to live by. So, yeah.
Thank you for encouraging the younger students with those wisdom. Let me just encourage you guys and affirm y'all. You guys have been such incredible students to have as a core part of our student ministry. I know there's others that could be here on the stage with you guys that couldn't make it tonight because of young adult responsibilities that happen as you move into 10th, 11th, and then 12th grade for sure. But just individually, Jack, man, it's been a joy. Thank you. I promise you, I enjoy playing against you in cornhole as much as you enjoy playing against me, man. It's definitely mutual. No, you're definitely on my level, not surpassing, or will be soon. But it's been cool. Obviously, I've had all three of your older brothers in student ministry, and all three of them were legends, in their own capacity. And to be the younger brother with three older brothers, to see the way you've always been comfortable and not feel like you had to live up to who they were, but be your own person, and to do it with a real genuine humility and a willingness to serve in any way you could without hesitation, man, has made a big difference here. And you're going to be difficult to replace. Somebody will replace you, but you always have a home here, and I'm always down to play cornhole, so you better know that. So, man, I love you, brother. Sarah, you have been such a joy to have come into our student ministry. Every space you enter, you raise the excellence of that space. Every space. I've seen you do that here among your peers. I've seen you witness on a Saturday morning at a weightlifting meet, whenever you weren't even doing lifting, about how just the way that you handle yourself and the way that you bring the best out of people and set an example with your own actions. The way that you're on the very top line of the North Lake, the little thing in the paper that Sid brought today as valedictorian. I mean, all of these just show that everything you do, you bring the excellence level up a notch. And so thankful God led you here, and excited to see what God does in your life, because I know He has big plans for you. And what I see is you also have a heart that's very sensitive to Him. And so continue to honor Him and to serve Him, to serve other people, and God's going to use your life in some really powerful ways. Jackson, man, I've probably known you probably, well, I guess Jack has done the same amount of time, but I've seen so much. Jack was always a grown man even from my 7th grade. I mean, he just had this maturity about it. It was like, my goodness, Jack, you know. What's that?
What are you setting up?
No, I'm just saying, I've seen more growth in you than probably as much as any other student from 7th to 12th grade. And I just want to affirm you in that because you have grown into a man. I mean, just really a man that accepts responsibility, that handles all of his business. When you were 7th grade, I mean, you were just off the walls, you know, and always saying crazy things. Not bad things, Sean and Ashley, but just, I mean, you had just so much just, you know, mental energy and just like so many different things. I'm like, my goodness, he's such an interesting kid. But to see you now, you know, seriously, you know, grow into, you know, just really a man and just, you know, just of integrity, you know, just the way you handle all the things you do. To see you at Office Depot when I came the other day to buy a photo board for Andrew, I'm like, this guy he's like a grown man in here, just taking care of it. I mean, it's really been cool to see. And I know you have big dreams, big plans. He's on the top row of North Lakes graduation too. Salutatorian is nothing to shake a stick at, all right? Especially with the graduating class you had. I mean, you had some stiff competition. Kaylee West is up there as well on that top line. 3 of the 4 are from First Baptist Covington. Just, you know, not trying to brag or nothing, but man, I'm excited to see as you continue to follow God's path, as you continue to allow Him to mold you. And that's the other thing that's been a big part of your maturity is to see you really grow a heart for God. And the way I've seen demonstrated is the way that you have begun to love other people more intentionally. And so, man, just keep pursuing that. And obviously, all your other abilities and skills will take you a long way, but nothing will take you farther than that. So proud of the man you've grown into as well. And Zach, man, I remember the first time I met you, you looked scared to death in that back hallway, sitting. Zach, I remember you sitting on the edge of your seat like this, bro. I walked by and I was like, hey man, I haven't met you. I'm Chris. You remember that day, the first time I met you? And I'm like, where are you from? I moved here from Panama City. I'm like, man, I used to live right next to Panama City. And so you were so uncomfortable that day that I could just tell. And then I found you were a military kid. I'm like, man, you probably moved around a lot. So, you know, I figured I'd have you for a couple of years and you'd be gone. So to be able to see you, was that 7th or 8th grade you came? 8th grade. So to be able to have had you the whole, you know, that whole time as a military kid, it's been really cool because I'm from military areas and usually, you know, only get 3 years, you know, at best, 2 years to 3 years. And so, because you've really been a big part of the glue that's helped keep this group together. This is not a real large graduating class, but there's a lot of quality, and you've really been a big part of the glue that's helped mold and help be a part of that example to call out some of the best things in Jack, to call out some of the best things in Jackson, and for you to have that called out in you. So it's really been cool, man. I've seen you be an influence in a lot of people's lives. I see even here as you share tonight, reflect a heart for the Lord, a heart for His Word. You think about things deeply, and I appreciate. Sometimes you overthink things, and that's okay. But I know you overthink them and not just go through life not thinking. But so keep seeking and keep trying to have your mind and your heart both built together. Which I've seen. You know, you don't just want to know things; you want to know how to respond in a way that reflects the Lord. So, man, I wish I could affirm everybody in this graduating class, but you guys are definitely a strong representation of, and just a good representation of what your class is about. I'm excited to celebrate you guys together on Sunday, on graduation Sunday. I love y'all, man, and can't wait to see where God leads you to have you come back and help guide some of these students on D-Nows and other things. So y'all better not forget about us, all right? All right, good deal. Jane Carl, I just had to affirm these guys. We're good? All right, let's go.